Was that drum roll too long? It felt like it might have been just a little bit too long.
Just a tiny bit.
Hey there, welcome back to another edition of Ranch Talk Live. I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And
I'm
this
Nick.
guy is Nick. Yeah. Where are you again?
Nick.
You've like lived here for the last week, it felt like.
It kind of feels like it, yes.
So anyway, this is it. This is the new live stream studio. Is there anything anybody'd like to say about it?
It's kind of done.
Kind of done. We're still waiting on carpet.
Yeah.
But other than that, and that might be why if you hear a little bit of an echo, that's why we don't have carpet in here yet. But yeah, it's 90% done.
It was definitely a labor of love. There's a lot of labor.
I don't know where you got the love part.
Yeah, we love to not have it done. Yeah.
Yeah, this was something now, and if you listen to our podcast, we recorded our podcast earlier today, and we talked about this whole thing, so you can check it out there. But we'll tell you here. Nick was here, and if you don't know Nick, Nick is actually. Let me introduce this guy. This is Nick. Nick is our neighbor from about 6 miles down the road. I've known Nick for 6 years. 6 years. How long have you been in business?
7 years. Probably.
7 years, and I met you before you struck out on your own.
Yeah.
Nick is a master electrician. He owns his own electrical company, which he probably wishes that he doesn't someday. But
It was one of them days, yeah.
we met. You came out here to do a bunch of electrical work for us. Actually, you were working for a different company.
Yeah.
And I had some sort of issue with something, and I wasn't going to kill myself, so I called this guy to kill himself. And you came out and looked at it.
Did you have to climb up on top of the shop or something?
Yeah, I
Like,
climbed on top of the roof because there was power that went.
We used to have overhead power.
Yeah, and it went down through the middle of the roof. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a crazy setup of how it was.
Imagine that. Yeah.
On a ranch. Wiring's always perfect on a ranch.
It's always perfect. Nick then quit that company, started his own company, and I always, my credo, if I've ever said it once, I've said it a million times, make friends with contractors. They are the best guys to have in your corner anytime. I have folks that if I have a plumbing issue, I can call a guy down the road this way. If I've got electrical, I can go that way. If I've got sewage problems, I've got a guy right there I can call. So, I mean, it's great to have these kind of friends. And the fact that some of them are closer friends than others, but, you know, like Nick showed up here. We were talking about doing this, the whole room deal. And you showed up and kind of started giving me a hand here and there. You were telling me what to do.
Yeah, because we framed some walls kind of.
We built this wall over here that you can't see.
Yeah.
And then I haven't really done that much drywall ever. So I was calling Nick and saying, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? And eventually I think he just said, well, hell with it. I'll just come down.
Yeah, the electrician thing isn't going today, so let's do some drywall.
So Nick came in, we started mudding and drying and sanding and all that kind of jazz. And then was it Saturday? We were here working, and Nick said, when do you want to get this done? And I said, well, tomorrow. And he said, okay. So we just got
And here we are.
And here we are on the following Thursday. So not too bad. Erin did a bunch of painting.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm rambling on too much. I'm sure there's 9 million questions going by. But are you keeping track of anything?
No.
Nope. So how is everybody tonight? I know that Matt is back in the corral and doing our moderator duties for us. He missed last week, but he is here this week. And welcome to 2019 here on our Wyoming Life. We're going to see a few changes coming up. We're talking about getting a hold of an artist. If anybody's an artist out there, let us know. who can work on some logo stuff for us, who can do some banner stuff, that kind of thing. We're looking at getting some of that kind of stuff done. So if you're interested in that, let us know. You can always email us. Erin picked all the colors in here, didn't you?
Yeah,
She asked me what color I wanted, and I didn't really know.
yeah, we did like a slate blue, and you can't see the ceiling, but it's gray.
Mhm.
And we stole the shelf from Mackenzie today from her room, and I've been collecting knickknacks and stuff for quite a while. So yeah, we kind of
Oh, can you hand me my thing?
threw it.
You can touch it.
I don't really want
You
to
can,
touch
you can
it.
touch it. Mackenzie didn't want to touch this because she was sure that it would have fleas.
Absolutely.
And
I don't
this-
know where to pick it up.
just grab it. People are wondering what
Do you
the hell's
grab it by
over
the
there.
horns?
Yeah, you just grab them by the horns. We talked about this last
It's like
2
shedding.
months ago. It is shedding. This was my birthday present to myself. This is a full-sized stuffed jackalope that was shot right down the road or ran over. I don't know. But yeah, that's really cool. I just wanted to share that. It's actually, we have it sitting over here, but it's off screen. I wanted to make sure that everybody got a good look at it. So there you go. There's a jackalope
There's
for
a
you.
real jackalope.
Yeah, real
So
jackalope.
gross.
Next up, we'll have a kangaroo with horns.
Promises, promises.
So before we get too far into this, we did want to show you guys the rest of the room. So should we do that now?
Yeah.
And then we'll come back. We'll talk to Nick some, and we'll have a couple more drinks, and we'll see if things get crazy. I'm really excited to be in this room. I don't know if anybody can tell. All right. So this whole thing, yeah, started just a little while ago. It wasn't that long ago that we started this project, was
Well,
it?
I mean, gosh, I don't know. You guys framed out that wall at least 6 months ago.
It wasn't 6 months ago.
It feels like it though, because it was about the same time farm to table happened. So,
So that was
Was it really?
August.
Was it in
Yeah.
August?
yeah, it was
shit.
about
Yeah,
that same
so
time,
like-
just after.
Literally, we framed it out in
Right.
September.
That is crazy.
Well, you framed it out. I didn't.
Nick framed it out, really. I kind of just stood there and watched. So that's basically the tour. The room is 30 foot by 15.
Yeah, it's not super huge.
It's a big room. You
Yeah,
wanted
I
to make
mean-
it smaller, actually.
I did.
You yelled at me when I don't know if I ever told you this.
Well, because
But-
we were on a budget, and the budget was cheap.
Every
cheap
foot
AF,
counts, yeah.
okay?
We came up and measured it out when we put in that wall. And originally Erin wanted a 20-foot room.
And then it grew.
We went to a 30-foot room. And so the first thing out of her mouth when she comes up isn't, "Hey, nice wall, guys." It's, "What the hell? Why is this room bigger than it's supposed to be?" And
Because you're gonna grow, and that's what always happens.
yeah, exactly. We should
I
have just
know.
made the whole
Yeah, and then the budget grew.
thing. Yeah, it does.
Like
Moving
everything
the
else.
wall.
Yeah, absolutely.
It grows right along with it. So, we have our offices down on one end. Erin's got a desk. I've got the computer desk and basically the editing computer more than anything on that desk. And then we've got a little conference table in the middle where we record our podcasts and stuff like that. And then this area.
Mhm.
So it's nice. I like it. It's a little cramped this way because, well, here, I'll show you. This is actually our view.
And yeah, there's no carpet and there's no trim yet. So yeah, the walls are not painted over.
You're talking. It's fine. You're just talking over.
I didn't know if there was music with that or not.
No.
So yeah, the walls were not painted all the way to the floor because there is no carpet and there is no trim. So yeah, I didn't do a super precise job. We got to get trim that covers up.
Yeah,
my-
it'll cover it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it'll cover it all.
Yeah.
So anyway, one of the things I thought would be kind of cool to talk about was the fact that we're stepping into year 2 for the 2nd year anniversary of our
Yeah.
Wyoming Life. So we're heading into year 3.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, it was Nick and Stephanie were the very first people that we told. I think we told them before we even told your mom
Yeah, we didn't tell my mom.
that
After the
that
first
we
video.
that when we were going to do this YouTube thing. And like all of our friends that we told that we were going to do the YouTube thing, they kind of gave us that look like,
Are you insane?
yeah, what? There's much better ways to waste your time. You could learn how to knit. You
You could become an electrician.
could become an electrician. Yeah, it's funny, but now, I mean, is that what you guys thought? I know you guys went home and you guys were like, what the? Oh my God, we gotta get new
not
friends.
really, not really. Didn't come across that way because I'm not a huge YouTube watcher or anything like that. So it kind of in one ear and out the other, I guess, kind of a little bit.
So you weren't even listening to
Well, we were, but it wasn't. Oh wow, you guys are gonna be millionaires overnight.
No.
No.
No. This is the guy I go to when I have to borrow $20 to buy lunch.
And all of his tools.
And all of his tools, yeah. I go, Bach, hey, do you have a drill bit somewhere that I can borrow?
right.
Well, what size do you need? I don't know. Give me all of them. I'll get about half of them back to you. So you guys really never had a conversation like these people are a little weird?
Not really. It didn't really come that way.
That's crazy. I think a lot of our
You
friends
guys were
did.
definitely more supportive than a lot of our friends.
That's
like,
true.
You know, even if you guys thought it was crazy, which apparently didn't, but you know, I think you guys were. There are some people that still like we just ignore the fact that we have a YouTube channel. Like it's like this weird thing, so, and that's fine. I don't. You know, not everybody has to love the channel and watch every episode. Like that's fine, but. You and Stephanie have always been super supportive of it and put up with us like when we go on family vacations and you guys, you know, we do our summer trip with you guys and you let us vlog and you guys participate
We all
in
carry
videos.
cameras and the whole night.
Yeah.
And
Here,
you put
take
up
this.
yeah, you put up with the craziness and the hey, let's redo that and let's move, you know, let's put the camera at a different angle and like it's not always the funnest thing to do when you're like on vacation, but you know, you guys put up with it and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
So I was gonna leave. I thought you guys thought we were crazy, honestly.
No,
So I was gonna
not
lead
really.
this into a, you know, are we still crazy? Actually, you might think we're more crazy now than we were.
You know, you think about everybody has a different, I would call it a hobby because it's a full-time job for you guys probably more than anything. So, you know, everybody has a different hobby or different ambitions and what they want to do. Nothing's easy or nothing just comes to you. So, I mean,
Yeah, well, you know, it's like calling you a, you know, hobby electrician, which is kind of what you do.
yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm a problem solver, manage guys. That's what I really do.
How many guys do you have working for you now?
I just hired one today.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations. Let's start Monday.
Congratulations.
Yay! So I have four full-time guys again now.
That's very cool. Oh, speaking of which, you want to help me build a catapult this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah, you leave it.
No, I have to work because I work during the week.
Monday was a blizzard and Tuesday was a holiday.
Yeah, so I lost Monday and
That's really funny. Any good questions rolling around? If you have any questions, feel free to throw them out. If you have questions for
Yeah,
Nick,
we will answer some
he
questions,
would be
guys.
happy to diagnose any electrical issues that you're having.
here we go. No warranty included. It's funny you mention that because I have a handful of times when I've been talking to a customer, hey, can you just FaceTime me and show me what you have going on? I can probably fix it over the phone. And we've done that a handful of times and people don't even think about that, FaceTime. And
How do you build that out?
usually you don't. That's a good idea.
Yeah, see, you can build that out.
Build that out.
Build that out by the minute or something.
How many times have you been shocked?
Oh, man.
Probably too many times to count. You don't ever get to that stage where you're like, oh, it's okay to get shocked, because it never is. It doesn't matter if it's static electricity. It still hurts.
What's the most, like, is it voltage or amperage that's bad?
Amperage.
Okay, so what's the most voltage that you've ever taken?
480 once.
480.
480.
Knock you on your butt?
The amperage was like 1 amp. So it wasn't horrible. I mean, obviously, a very small dose of electricity can kill you, but conditions were right, so I didn't get.
You weren't standing in a puddle or something?
No, just got knocked on my back and had to stare at the sky for a while, and that's just kind of the way it was. So,
You know, a better question for him is to ask how many ladders he's fallen off of.
not too many.
Really?
Maybe a couple, but not too
Oh.
many. Yeah, pretty safe that way.
Did you? I thought you fell off a ladder not too long ago. No.
I fell one off at the old shop there. Fell off the extension ladder and slid out. And something stupid. Kind of lay there for about 20 minutes and catch your breath. And
The older you get, the longer you lay there.
you lay there, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like there's a mathematical formula for that. It's
Oh, I'm
like
sure
for every
everybody is.
every year old you are, you have to lay there for an extra
Yeah,
10 seconds or
3
something.
more gray hairs pop out. For sure.
Thank you, Tyler, for the $20 super chat.
Thank you, Tyler. We do appreciate it. So now that this is almost done,
Yeah.
what's next? What's your next big thing?
I don't know. It'll be spring soon.
Oh my gosh, will it?
Yep.
Sure have a feeling it.
When's preg checking?
I don't know. I'm so annoyed with that whole situation.
We'll let you know as soon as we know.
Yeah, people on vacation, vets on vacation,
Blizzard.
blizzard,
I mean, we couldn't preg check
snow.
right now anyhow.
Yeah, I mean, if we brought cows in to preg check now, it would be a disaster. We'd have cows with dislocated hips and all kinds of issues,
Ice.
just because it's slick and there's snow everywhere and you kind of want it to be manageable. So
It's supposed to warm up though. Today was warmer.
today was 30 something. Did it hit 30 today?
It was a heat wave, yes.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Did the highway melt?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually not bad.
The roads have been horrible.
Back to just a sweatshirt.
Have you been here for preg checking before? I know you've been here when you've helped us when we sold calves.
I don't think so.
I think you missed that whole thing.
I
Somebody
think
did
I-
suggest that, Tammy suggested that maybe you should help preg check this year. You
You
can go,
Shoulder
About
shoulder
that.
deep.
I don't know. I don't know. My alley or not, supposed to twist wire nuts, not stick my arm up.
in a
Cows,
cow's
hoo-ha, yeah,
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah, it's not as much fun as it sounds. 7 and 7 is correct, yeah. I actually got Gary down the road, everybody needs a Gary, and he got me a bottle of Crown for Christmas,
Mhm.
which we got him a bottle of, what did we get him? Glen,
Well, doesn't have it yet.
he doesn't have it yet. We got a bottle, what is that stuff called?
Glenlivet.
Glenlivet?
He doesn't have it yet,
No, it's downstairs.
so you really didn't get it for him.
Well,
We
it's
got
for
it.
him. It's in a bag for him, but
Just
it's
hasn't
not
been
to him.
Given
Oh.
to him yet.
Yeah.
We'll get
We're
there.
late, we're late on
Technicality.
Christmas. Yeah, they were actually gone for Christmas, so it
Okay.
works out okay. Oh, yeah, and I didn't explain this one. We had Ivan, who usually frequents, he's actually here now, came and visited us this week and was coming here to buy some meat and slid off the road, went in the ditch, ended up getting his car here to the shop, and then I stood there and watched.
You seem to be good at that.
I know. He put a new
I
belt
can
on.
attest to that too.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly. And that's how you learn.
Well,
That's
yeah.
how you
You shut
learn.
up and you watch the professional for hours
yeah.
on end.
Far from
And then you get a
professional
beer,
those days,
and
yeah.
then you watch some more, and then you drink a couple beers and you forget what you learned. So the next day you have to
You got
start
to do
over.
the same thing.
Yeah, you got to start over.
How did you do that again?
Yeah. What is that called? A hammer? Hammer? I've never heard of a thing. So yeah. Anyway, Ivan did get back on the road, but
Yeah, we're glad you're
interesting
okay,
ordeal.
Erin.
So do you have plans to get Gary his?
His Christmas presents?
Yeah.
Eventually, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. He's hard to catch.
Weren't they over the other night?
They
Yeah,
were,
but
they didn't
also-
have it here then.
My mom had
Oh,
picked up
okay.
some stuff and I had some stuff, and so we had to like consolidate the gifts, but it was like below zero, and I like Gary,
wasn't gonna do it.
but I wasn't gonna go up to my mom's to get the gift.
There you
So
go.
sorry, Gary.
Yeah, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Well, I told them, and they're like, "No,
No.
don't go get it. It's
Oh, okay.
fine."
Yeah.
We had a below zero 2 nights, and then some pretty bad winds too. So it was chilly. So
It was.
Yeah.
It was very
I'm glad
chilly.
it's above freezing is, and it's supposed to be nice for the next few days. So, but now all the snow is like super slick on top. Like I walked to the shop this afternoon, and it was horribly slippery.
Mhm. Yeah, we had Axe family here visiting us. They just missed the snow,
Yeah.
luckily, and I think they made it back home. So they were here just before Christmas. And I just saw one, Shane from France, here with us.
Oh, hi, Shane.
I was watching in the corral, which is the green room, the pre-chat area, and we had folks from Japan, Brazil. I don't. Matt probably knows better than I do who all was there, but just amazing to me that there's people from all over the world that come in to listen to this guy.
I don't know about that.
And his training wheelbarrow over there.
Well,
Ever shoot anything with that gun in your tractor? I don't have a gun in the tractor, actually. I have one in the Gator. Yeah, sure have. Shot quite a few things with it.
It's funny, every time, like the gun in the Gator has been in several videos, but every time it's in a video, man, you get lots of comments about the gun in the Gator.
I do.
What kind of gun is it?
It's well, it depends. It's usually a 22 that's in the Gator. Sometimes it's 30-30.
What do you do with it?
I put it in the Gator. I mean, that's really nine times, like 90% of the time, that's what it does. It rides along with
this is a PG show. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it rides along with you. Occasionally,
these
it gets
are the comments that get, the questions that get asked.
right.
Just trying.
Are you trying to help?
I'm trying to help the viewer understand
Oh, I'm not.
what the gun is for.
No, the gun is there. We have coyotes, we have badgers, we have prairie dogs like crazy.
Fox.
We have trespassers. You
No,
know,
you don't shoot the trespassers.
we don't.
And there's never been multiple people in the back of the Gator shooting at things either.
Never.
Never.
There's
That's
never
totally
anything
unsafe.
that if you've seen it on, it's never happened unless you've seen it in video.
Some kind of other YouTube channel might have that on there.
That was the year we had a lot of jackrabbits that year.
We
And
did.
You guys would go out and shoot jackrabbits, and they would just like we get these surges in population of the jackrabbits, and it's insane how many jackrabbits there'll be, and then they all get the plague and they die,
Mhm.
and there's no jackrabbits for a couple of years. We'll probably due here for another jackrabbit explosion.
That's when your ammunition stocks up.
Yeah.
And then it goes back down, stocks back up.
Yeah.
Kind of rolls that way.
JB Weld, thank you for the super chat. Love the new studio, guys. I'm doing drywall in the house now. Nick's on his way. He will help
I'll
me.
just jump in the car and I'll be there. Where are we going?
I don't know. There's no address. He'll
Handful of hours.
text me. This stuff is the scourge of God. Yeah, I agree. People that
It's
do
awful.
drywall for a living.
My hat's off to them all the time.
It's
Really?
the worst.
Yeah, because I mean, it is work. Holy smokes!
Yeah, hanging drywall. This room was really weird to hang because, and you can see it. You saw in the video. It has like these weird 45-degree barn. What is it called? A barn ceiling, probably, or something like
Yeah,
that.
some kind of like that.
And
It's an attic. I mean, it's not
giant pane.
and
So-
not square, which is
It's not square. No, it's not square. We'll find out when we start
Yeah.
doing carpet.
It took a lot of extra love that way to fix the corners and
Little hammer work. And, yeah. Now it's square.
except for that one corner. Down that way.
Shh.
let's not talk about that. That's
Let's
when you
talk
can't
about that. Any predators ever get a cow? No, we've had them come after calves. Usually they'll get a cow. And, you know, if you have a really weak cow or something like that, that's having issues or can't get up or something like that, you know, usually I'm right there with them, so there's not an issue. But
Yeah, we've never had.
I have had them come after calves that have just been dropped or born, not dropped. But
We kind of drop.
yeah, they do actually drop, really. So yeah, I mean, we do have coyotes that'll sneak in occasionally. There's been mountain lion that have been seen down here. What else?
pretty few and far in between though.
The mountain lion thing?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's been
not
a
a lot.
couple of years for a mountain lion. There was one shot off the Lewis Road up there a couple of years
We
ago.
usually try and catch them and return them to the mountains or
Yeah,
remove
so
them out of this
come
area.
back, get the chickens. No calves yet, though. We're scheduled to start calving in March, hopefully.
We don't know though because we haven't quite checked.
We will be calving something.
You scrolled up. Now we gotta scroll down.
I have my daddy's camera like behind you. Oh yeah, this camera is a Brownie 8mm movie camera, and we found this at a secondhand store.
Yeah, I had an antique store.
Yeah, in an antique store. This is the camera. I wanted this camera so bad when I was a kid, and it was 20 years. 30 years old then.
So you're so old.
Yeah,
Holy smokes.
but I wanted this camera so bad. I had a few friends of mine that we talked about making movies, and my grandpa had one of these, and he wouldn't give it to me. But this was like in the 80s, and,
Understandable.
so he wouldn't let me play with it. But the darn thing winds up. There's no batteries. There's no no USB port.
Really?
There's nothing. Yeah,
How
and then
do you Bluetooth stuff to it?
you don't. No Bluetooth.
How does it work?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
and it just.
So is that where your love of movies came from? Is that why you're?
I never had a love of
Is
movies.
that why you're good at what you do now?
I'm not good at what I do now.
YouTube extraordinaire.
No. Erin always tells me just fake it till you make it.
Oh, okay.
So that's her philosophy too. Did you guys know there is a slight lag between your audio and your video? Other
Sorry,
than
Ralph.
looking good, there might be. We're actually. Oh yeah, there is. I can see it. You see that?
Oh, yeah. I can see it.
Wacky. That'll be something to correct. Who knows what's causing that?
Sorry,
We've never
guys.
had that issue before though. And the fact is that this is pretty much the same setup that we use downstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly the same. So I don't know if the cord's longer or my hand's freaking out. Woo! That's weird. All right. Well, I do apologize for that, guys. And that might put a dinger in this whole situation. And I just broke the computer.
Oh, goodness.
I'm breaking things.
Thank you, Lori, for the super chat.
577 people here, guys. That is awesome.
Wow.
Watching us out of sync.
Sweet.
Right.
We're not in sync.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you very much. So, what do you have coming up in the gardens and high tunnels and all that kind of stuff?
We are past the shortest day of the year, so we can do
Yes.
some more planting and getting, not getting ready for summer. I'm gonna be ordering seeds soon, but I do have some work that needs to be done in the high tunnel. So some new stuff needs seeded, and just prep for the next planting. So yeah, and get some more seedlings started.
So you think we need Stephanie here? Nick's wife Stephanie is actually an IT person.
Yep, she's the guru.
She would probably be able to figure out the whole lag thing, but that ain't work either. Can you explain why you keep the cows separated from the bulls? Is it all for calf timing? Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. We want a calve within, a 2 or 3 month window, and then that way all the calves are the same size. When we take them to market, are roughly about the same size. So, if we had bulls in with the cows all the time, we would be having calves all the time, and then you'd be sorting calves off to take to market, and you'd be calving all year
Be a
round.
giant mess.
It would be a mess. When we first came here, Gilbert left the bulls in. Remember that first year?
We finally got him to take the bulls out right about the time we started calving.
Yeah, it was like March. We finally convinced him to take the bulls out. But that's the way they used to do it here, was they just left the bulls in all the
All
time.
the time.
And then you would just go out in October or whenever you were to sell calves and just round up the biggest cows and take them in.
Yeah, I mean, lots of ranchers do that.
There still is, and a lot of that comes down to food too. I mean, we don't want to have to feed calves all through the winter also. So if the other big thing is with timing is that we're calving when the grass is at its best, protein levels and nutrients and stuff like that in that new budding grass. So we're calving at that time so that the moms can take advantage of it, and then it's not very much longer after that before the calves are eating it too. So it's just a lot of timing that really comes into it.
Yeah, once cows calve, just like people that's postpartum can be tough on them, and they're nutritionally depleted when they're trying to take care of themselves and nurse a calf, and then unfortunately they get knocked out pretty soon again. So you need to make sure that grass nutrition, having green grass and makes a difference in their diet.
Right.
So and then they eat more and they forage more and can recover.
Mhm.
So.
Exactly. How are the pigs doing? They're fine. Pigs are doing great. I just actually before Nick showed up, I had just come in from checking cows and pigs and everything else, and I gave the pigs some alfalfa this morning.
Oh yeah.
They love that, so they've been just going nuts with the alfalfa.
Are they eating it or are they just playing in it?
They're doing both. That's what they do with everything. Yeah, they either eat it or play with it. So, yeah. Silly pigs. Silly pigs.
Scroll down.
Scroll down. We got more messages. Oh Oh my gosh. Any single women in Wyoming? None that I know
Probably.
of.
If you're looking for a job, there might be. We can find you one.
Are you trying anything new in the garden this year, though, from Jennifer?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't quite got there yet. I have seed catalogs that started showing up. I want to do some different potatoes, and I want to do some like storage onions that will store into the winter. So Mike's gonna build me like a drying rack, and yeah, we're gonna try and extend our onion season out a little bit, so they'll be picked and then dried. You know, so the hour later dries just like what you get in the grocery store. And there's certain varieties that store better for longer. So I'm gonna do some storage onions and probably some potatoes too that store better, so we can have potatoes and onions through December.
Right.
And then I don't know. I haven't looked at the catalogs too much yet, so let's see what else is new.
Yeah.
I ordered some rhubarb.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the plan in between the two high tunnels?
Perennial vegetables. So this summer I'm gonna cover crop it so that we can work on the soil and get rid of some weeds. And then yeah, perennial vegetables, garlic, rhubarbs. There's a bunch of different rhubarb varieties. So we're gonna try some different rhubarbs. Horseradish, asparagus, stuff like that. So
Cool.
Yeah.
You want to help with any of that?
Sure. What's
Sure.
There's a bunch of different kinds of rhubarb.
yeah, there's different. You can get different colors. Like across the road, it's an older rhubarb variety. It's really it's red on the bottom, and the rest of the stalk is green. The stuff that I ordered, this kind is red throughout. So yeah, there's just different. I mean, it all tastes the same.
Is there stuff that grows better in our climate?
Yeah, and then there's stuff too that some stuff gets bigger stalks, some is less stringy than
Is
others.
that why we can't grow rhubarb at our place, probably?
Once you get it established, it's super like it'll take over. But I have a bunch across the road, and it's actually being like choked out from the grass and stuff. So I need to try and dig it up and bring it over and save it. But yeah, I mean, a rhubarb will live for 20, 30 years once you get it going.
Wow.
So yeah.
Thank you for the super chat. I missed the name. 636 Hash Brown.
Thank you.
Starting a farm this year in Arkansas.
Arkansas. Arkansas?
Arkansas. Might hit you up for cow questions now and again. Totally fine. One quick thing I did want to mention is if you are used to emailing us at rwylife@gmail.com, you can continue to do that. But we do have a new email address that's set up, and you can actually send emails to that too, and that is mail@rwyominglife, all spelled out, .com. So that might be a little bit easier for folks. I haven't changed it anywhere else, and that's the first time I've ever mentioned it, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So there you go. Why do you keep a shotgun in the Gator? I don't keep a shotgun in the Gator, but I do keep a rifle in the Gator. So you started talking about the rifle thing, and it's just going like crazy now. So
It's not really like a rifle.
the 22?
Well, yeah, a 22 is a 22.
True.
A rifle is more like a rifle.
Like a
Like,
243.
yeah, something that you shoot long distance, or a deer, an elk, or
What is a 30-30? 30-30 is a brush gun.
Yeah,
That's what my
that's
dad always called them,
yeah.
just brush guns. We don't have brush here.
something that you shoot varmints with, or
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, 30-30. I love 30-30. You ever shot a 30-30?
Mhm.
I love my 30-30. Actually, it's not even mine. I think it's Gary's. It's one of his things that I borrowed, never took back.
Bring it over, yeah.
You should tell people on the internet that you have a gun that's not yours.
Well, now you're bringing more attention to it.
Like,
Could have just flown right by.
It's the same thing like Gary's equipment. It comes over and it stays. And
the
it's
mini's
like,
still here. The mini's
Yeah.
been here for weeks.
Gary will call me and be like, "Hey, do you know where the mini's at?" And a mini is a mini excavator. And and I'm like, "Gary, it's across the road." Oh, okay. Just checking, make sure it's still there.
maybe we should get Gary to buy something fun for us, and it could sit over here and
Yeah.
just hang out.
His red truck sat here this spring for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like no joke. Sat out like by the orchard for like 6 weeks.
Just forgot all about it. You've said that you have pastures need some work. What can you do to improve your hay yield and the amount of acreage without? Is it even worth putting in time and money to improve it? It's
Thank you for the super chat.
yes, thank you very much. It's an interesting situation because you can put a ton of money into a pasture, and of course you have to work it ahead of time. You have to work, and if there's no rain that following year, you're kind of just up the creek. We spent thousands of dollars a few years ago reseeding about 250 acres, And that spring,
No.
we had no rain. And, some of that seed will sit there, some of it doesn't.
Yeah.
But we spent thousands of dollars reseeding and really didn't get much out of it.
I think we talked to the local NRCS guy this fall about doing some cover crops. So you can plant different grasses that will do different things for your soil depending upon what your soil needs. So if you have really sandy soil, you can do stuff that helps bulk up your organic matter in your soil. If you've really compacted, so weird. If really compacted like clay soil, other grasses will be more beneficial to your soil. So if you, and there's grants available for some of this. It's not going to cover the whole cost of what it costs to put in a full cover crop, and you generally mix grasses. So you'll do, I think he said, like 3 to 5 different grasses depending upon your soil needs. But the only bad thing about it is that essentially you take your field out of rotation for 3 years.
Mhm.
You're going to have cover crop in to get the real benefit to the soil of the cover crop. So it's a long-term game, and essentially by time, so you would take one field and put one field into cover crop at a time, and then so you essentially would, by the time you circle back around and get all of our hay fields done, it'd be time to do, like every 10 years it needs to be redone.
Right.
So
you're
we
coming
would
back around.
essentially lose a hay field permanently if we started doing cover crops. Now, it might be something that we do. It's a safer bet than like doing fertilizer or
Fertilizer's
seed.
rough because, if you don't get rain, that doesn't help. We have manure. We have lots of manure, so, that's something we can deal with. But
Yeah.
speaking of which, I keep on getting this question. Are you my brother?
Not that I
Every
know.
video you've ever been in, I get that question. Is that your brother?
You know what's really crazy though? I went to high school with Nick and his wife Stephanie. And Stephanie's maiden name and my maiden name are the same. We're not related.
Mine. Oh.
My whole life, everyone was
That
like,
was
"Are you
kinda weird,
related
huh?
to Stephanie?"
It's kind of weird, huh?
It is odd.
All right, mail.
Mail call. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's fire up. All right, I don't have my catapult yet. This is,
Oh, okay, that's why you want to build a catapult.
that's why I want to build a catapult. Remember I talked to you about this?
How about like an air cannon? Shoot it at you, blow you off your chair.
We through the wall. So when we first came up with this idea for the saddlebag thing, I called Nick and I said, "Hey, do you still have that pigeon thrower? Remember that?" And he's like, "What?" I said, "I need to borrow your pigeon thrower. I want to try it
Clay
to see
pigeons.
if it works."
Clay pigeons.
Clay pigeons,
for
yeah.
skeet
Yeah.
Yeah,
skeet
not
shooting.
actual pigeon thrower. No.
Although that would be fun too. You ever seen the squirrel tosser thing? You ever seen that on the internet? Where people have the squirrel bait and it has it's like a mousetrap thing and it flings the squirrel. You
Oh,
ever
it's like
seen
to
that?
protect like their bird feeders and
Yeah,
stuff.
I'll have to show you. It's pretty darn funny. So anyway, that was what I wanted to do, was toss this to myself. The first time we did it, Mackenzie threw it to me. Then I tried to throw it to myself, and Erin made fun of me. And
Rope and a pull string and
since then, I could drop it from the ceiling, do something with it. But anyway, these are the saddlebags. This is mail call, and mail call today is filled with
This would
license
be like
plates.
dangerous.
especially with license plates in it.
It could be. It's what? How much you think that weighs? 20 pounds worth of plates, maybe?
Oh yeah, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, 20 pounds worth of license plates from everywhere. Now, we need to start going through, if anybody thinks we're crazy for getting license plates, we've been redoing a wall in the shop around the project list with your guys' plates. And it was Erin's idea, so I'll let her explain it.
Yeah, I think I don't know, we've gotten a few.
We got one.
We got one license plate, and we have a couple. I mean, like you've got one wall that has like old license plates that like Gilbert had and stuff. So I don't know. We were just like, what are we gonna do with this license plate? And I was like, why don't you just put it around the project list? It's like we could just ask people to send us license plates, and we could cover the whole wall. So we're well on our way.
We are. Our goal here is to collect at least one from every state. Now, we're taking multiples, and it doesn't matter. I don't care. But it would be cool to have one. I know we're missing Texas, which blows me away because
Texas is like our biggest like state demographic.
I'm pretty
too.
sure
like,
it is. Yeah, according to YouTube, anyway, that's where a lot of people are watching from Texas. But apparently, they're holding onto their plates.
Don't send us plates like if you still need them. Like, we've gotten that comment too, like, I'm not sending you
I'm
my
not,
license
yeah,
plate.
do I have to take my plate off my car?
No.
You don't. Leave that on, because cops have a problem with that. So
So
anyway.
when you get new plates issued to you by the state, feel free to send us your.
Oh yeah,
old
Wyoming changes plates, what, every 5 years? We get a new
It's
plate?
actually quite a, there's
quite a
quite
bit.
some time in
Yeah.
between, so.
So are you looking for plates outside the US as well?
I would love to have, some foreign plates too, because
We have
they're-
Aruba.
we have an Aruba, but it's just like a regular plate. I want one of
There's
those.
nothing regular about Aruba.
Well, the license plate's the same shape. It's not
That's what I
like
meant.
Europe.
It's like regular shape. Have you been to Aruba?
I have.
Really?
Did you get any license plates while you were there?
No, but I rode in a janky taxi. Pretty fun.
Okay. So here's my thought on this. We have a lot of license plates here to go through. So on the back, and if you do send us a plate, feel free to sign it. Sign it on the front if you'd like. Just know that your name might be in a video someday. But you can always sign it on the back. So this one, we got a Bobcat loader, 1 million Bobcat loaders from Foot Creek Harness Company. You're in charge of those. Florida plate from Brian Walsingham. I hope I got that right.
Yeah, I'm sure you butchered that.
I'm guessing this is from Foot Creek Harness too, from South Dakota. If you ever get a chance, check these guys out. They actually they take tack and turn it into like wall hangings, and it's really cool stuff. So if you're ever through, I can't remember where they're at in South Dakota, but look them up.
Hero?
Is that where it's at?
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, from Mike Ross and Selby Highlands.
Did you get front and back or two different ones?
I got 2 different Pennsylvanias actually, yeah. 2 different names. There's one.
There you go.
Merry Christmas from the Pavella family. Very cool. This one actually was very impressive, and I really hope these people are watching. From Bristol, Indiana. This is the way that this was mailed to me. Now, I'm gonna get up here so you guys can see it. This was cool. I thought it was cool.
That's cool.
So this is the way this thing was mailed. And it's basically 2 pieces of wood, and then the plate was in between the 2 pieces of wood. Okay, now we'll talk about what's going on the rest of it.
Oh my gosh.
I need a button to control the camera. So anyway, it is, first of all, it's an Wyoming Life plate made wood burn, I'm guessing. Is that what do you think that is?
Yep, wood burn. So just a light wood.
And then a horse-drawn license
That's really
plate.
cool.
That's pretty cool. I have never seen one of these.
So it's like for a buggy.
For a buggy, yeah. I've never seen one before. And it's mahobbyist.com. So there we go. You can check them out.
Very cool.
The Rowdy Boys from Oregon, Rowdy Boys Ranch.
Do you like being the secretary over there?
I do, yeah.
James from Sacramento, and
Lancaster
James
Race.
Rowe, yeah. So thank you very much for that one. There's an Arkansas from Rick and Kyle. Arkansas. Arkansas. I'll draw you a picture later.
Yeah, I know where
The next one,
Arkansas is.
this one's the best.
This one actually nobody noticed this, and I thought this was funny. This is from Todd Brewer in is it Seward, Alaska? Seward, Alaska. This is an Alaskan plate, but we all
We're like, oh,
saw
it's in
this plate. We were
plastic.
like, oh, cool, Alaskan plate, and it's still wrapped in plastic, and then it got put in the pile. And then I was going through it later and actually read the plate, which is too cold to pee.
Thanks, Dad.
That's awesome. Thanks, Todd.
Nick
From-
and Stephanie happen to be here because they've been at our house every day this week
They
when
have.
I had come back from the post office. So they actually get to help us open.
We got open mail too. It's
Yeah,
pretty
they got
exciting.
open mail. Jim and Carla Davis from Colorado. New Hampshire from Bob Minot. Ohio, Todd Kesting. Thank you, Todd. And Nevada from Tony.
Ooh, that was heavy.
That one's actually, yeah.
You can tell.
If nothing else, we can we could do some tin work with them or something.
Have you made a list of the states that you don't have?
No, I know that Texas is missing, Hawaii is missing, Rhode Island is missing,
Maine?
Maine.
Maine is missing.
I would be surprised if we got one from Maine. I don't know why, but I was like, Maine's kind of up there doing their own thing. They're like half Canadian up there.
But they have TV too.
We have
Sure
They have
their
internet, you
phones,
think?
their phones work too.
we do have some Canada ones. I think we have Alberta.
We got in Alberta.
See, what's the other one? There's another foreign one.
We're missing a South. I don't think we have a South Carolina yet.
No, we've got North Carolina.
We have North Carolina. We have a couple of North Carolina ones.
A lot of Kansas, Ohio,
In our region,
Indiana.
our
Yeah.
region-ish.
Wisconsin. Lots from Wisconsin. So, yeah.
We do have California.
We have California now. All right. The other thing that we got in the mail this week that we wanted to talk about threw us for a loop. Very confusing. So this thing came in 3 different shipments. So it was like mystery gift.
Such a mystery.
And then you had to like try to figure out what the heck was going on.
Which made it kind of fun that way.
It did, but it was like, wait a minute, what's going on? So
Yeah,
the very first thing that came one day was this. And I probably should have unwrapped it because we're going to look up it again.
Well, there's like pieces though.
Well, don't let me lose the pieces on there. Just keep the pieces in there. This thing, if you know what this is, just shout it out. It took us a few seconds. But it is
Handle.
it's got a handle of sorts, and it is a bottle capper. Okay, so we got a bottle capper. And we're going, yeah, we don't bottle beer. But, hey,
Cool
that's-
gift, but,
That's, yeah, I never would have, I don't know how to brew beer. I've
and
never
bottle
brewed beer.
caps come with 144 bottle caps.
Yeah, that was in a separate package.
Yeah, separate package of bottle caps arrived. And today,
It all made sense.
it all came together. Here, you can set that over on your,
The mystery was solved.
the mystery was solved. Today comes the root beer kit part of it, the portion that really ties the whole thing together. And really, you know, light bulb goes off. So we honestly were baffled. And the weird thing is too, that we don't know who this came from.
Well, no, there's a name on the Amazon, because it all came from Amazon.
It all came from Amazon. Lois was the name on the receipt.
Well, there, it said Lois one place and Zelda
Yes,
on another
so-
one, so.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So thank you, Lois and Zelda.
Thank you very much. Just add ice cream. We're gonna make some root beer.
The kids will love this,
They will think it's awesome.
for sure.
They love root beer anyway.
Are you guys gonna do a video on making root beer?
We could.
Don't be a liar now.
We could. I said we could. And it comes with a handy Nick whacking stick.
Way to put you on the spot, right?
Wouldn't be the first time. So that's it for
Thank
mail
you,
call
guys.
for this week. Thanks, guys. Keep the license plates coming. I know that I said I wanted them for Christmas, but we have a long way to go if I'm going to fill up that entire wall. And my plan is that by the time we have the ranch roundup, which Nick will be here for, whether he wants to or not, we are going to have that wall full of license plates. That's my plan. I hope. If I have to go out and start stealing license plates off of cars and hotels, we'll have license plates. So, yeah, I think that it'd be really cool to have, you know, a whole wall of license plates for the ranch roundup, and you guys to check that out. We are over halfway sold out for tickets. We're inviting 200 guests to come to the ranch August 24th. We are more than halfway sold out on tickets. So, and that's really haven't, the only place we've really talked about it is in live streams.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it in one video.
What's happening on August 24th?
August 24th is, you don't know about this?
Neglected to tell me since I've been here so much.
August 24th is the ranch roundup.
Didn't we talk about this the other day?
I don't know.
I don't watch your video every week just because
I thought we talked about it at
I'm just a few
dinner
miles
or
down the
something.
road. So
We actually have this problem with friends of ours. If you're a friend of ours and we see you a lot and you watch what we're doing, we have nothing to talk about.
yeah, so we're kind of give up on it. Steph's real good about watching it on Sundays and stuff.
I think
but,
I think your wife is actually here. I saw her pipe in a couple.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we don't watch it regularly, I guess, if you will. So
Yeah.
we
So
do
anyway,
have something to talk about.
August 24th is Ranch Roundup.
Okay.
We've invited 200 subscribers to come to
Well,
the
they
ranch.
can purchase tickets.
Right, we're inviting you to
Yeah.
purchase tickets.
Well, it's not like we sent out like invitations.
Tickets are $25 a piece, and $10 for kids, and you can come and hang out on the ranch for a day.
Cool.
We're having we're going to build some horseshoe pits. And when I say we, I mean you and me.
Just
And
get
Gary.
out
I'm
your.
just, I'm just trying to think about how long my list is. Getting.
Yeah, it's going to get longer and longer. This is my hired hand without him even knowing it. See, you just show up and it's like, let's go to work.
Okay.
We are going to have, hopefully, we're going to be able to find another roper that's gonna come in and do roping lessons, and then we're gonna have roping competitions.
Nice.
We're gonna throw hay bales. Have you ever seen that deal where they take the tractor bucket and they start out really low, and then there's a line of people, and everybody throws the hay bale in, and then each time they come back around, the bucket goes higher and higher
Can you
and
do
higher.
that? Can you do little tiny hay bales for the little kids?
Yeah,
Or we could go get the straw decorative bales for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Mackenzie and Grace are gonna have a lemonade stand. They're gonna be charging $20 a glass for lemonade. At least Mackenzie thinks she is. She's gonna just have one lemonade stand her entire life and be done.
Wow, I guess so.
Like,
She's got plans
she
for that
does,
lemonade
man.
season.
She was telling us the other day, we were sitting having dinner, and first of all, she has her lemonade stand designed for me to build.
Oh,
She
really?
has it drawn out.
All drawn out,
Yeah,
ready to
you know,
go?
she wants it built. And then she wants to make signs to put around the ranch. So when people are here, pointing them
Oh,
to
so
the
they
lemonade
know where to
stand.
go.
Yeah, so keep, go this way to the lemonade stand.
You guys should get on board with her. She's got it figured
She
out.
should be our marketing department, yeah.
She also wants a YouTube channel.
She does
so-
want a YouTube channel
a
too.
gaming channel.
Um,
yeah.
So yeah,
The
we're gonna
kids
just,
going places in life, lemonade and YouTube.
we're gonna invite Joe down. He's gonna bring down all of his old tractors.
Cool.
We'll put them down here in the pasture. People can go out and walk around, look at the old tractors. We're doing a dinner here that's actually made from the beef
Oh,
on the
okay.
ranch. Erin's gonna cook and do carrot cake and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna barbecue hamburgers and maybe like pulled pork or something, I think we were thinking.
think just
Something
hamburgers.
with ham.
Something with, beef and ham.
Do you want to tell people your dilemma that you've had all week?
Oh,
that every
geez.
time you hear you've had to ask about this? And
Well, so yeah, like a couple weeks ago, I thought about that, and I don't know why it struck me, but if you think about the word hamburger, there's not really any ham in your hamburger.
There's not.
So it kind of was like, well, why is it called hamburger? Obviously, from the place where it comes from in Germany, blah blah blah.
We had to look that up.
Yeah, Google's way smarter than we are, by far.
I know, you asked me, I was like,
It's like
I've honestly never.
there's no ham in hamburger, so why would you? I mean, no, I don't know.
The Frankfurter also comes from Frankfurt, Germany. So apparently they have like a big meat thing going on there. So
Germans are awesome. Yeah, good stuff.
Haymaker said, that's deep.
that's deep. So Paymaker just put up that we should have a dunking booth.
Oh,
From over here, I read drunking booth, and I was like, that sounds like.
Sign us up.
Where's the drunk booth?
we missed a super chat
Oh.
back here.
From Katie, could you ever live on a dairy farm? Probably not here. What's the issue with dairy farming here?
There's no food for the cows. There's
Yeah.
no corn.
There's no corn, and really, there's no
No
milk
set.
processing plant either.
There's no. You'd have to ship the milk out, which I think last I heard there's still milk processing in Billings, so you can ship to Billings, which is 3.5 hours away.
Mhm.
That'd be pretty expensive. And yeah, we just don't have silage and stuff for feed. We don't grow wheat. We don't grow corn. Our grass. We don't grow straight alfalfa. Like we just can't nutritionally support a milk cow.
Yeah.
So.
Somebody asked where you got your watch.
Oh, it's just an Apple Watch
Yeah, I know, but where'd you get it?
from you.
Apple.
Apple.
Steve Jobs dropped it off
You
one
made
day.
this for me. Where'd you get your hat? The store.
The store.
The hat's
Actually, I got this hat from Stetson. They were nice enough to send me a hat.
that was mighty nice of them.
It was very nice of
I had
them.
to pay full retail for the one I have.
I had to
Do
send
you
him
have
an
a
email.
Stetson?
No,
You don't have one?
I have cowboy boots, and that's it. I call them my cowboy boots. I even have the right socks to wear with them too.
Oh, you got the boot socks.
Because I didn't know that existed.
Boot
I
socks?
really did
I
not
didn't know that for about 5 years, man.
Oh.
It took me a long time.
I
to figure it
totally
out.
understand the pain you're going
Yeah,
through. It's
I was
like,
like,
how
this-
come these things? Well, do I need suspenders for my socks? I totally
This is
did
my
not.
dilemma. I have this problem every day of my life.
So, do you want to explain what boot socks are?
Boot socks are socks that go up to your.
About
here.
up to your,
Yeah.
well, they go about to your knees.
Yeah, they go about to your knees, actually.
And they're
yeah.
like super tight so they don't fall down. And you have tried brand after brand.
brand after brand. Right now, I'm wearing Wrangler boot socks.
You know what's crazy though? You obsess about boot socks and you cannot stand if your boot touches
I
your
can,
calf.
if my boot touches my skin, it
I-
drives me
There
crazy.
might as well be a snake crawling up your leg. That's
Yeah.
how bad it is.
Yeah, you know what kind of socks I wear with my boots? Ankle socks. Like it does not bother me
that'll
at
drive me
all.
crazy.
Yeah, with me too.
Speaking of snakes, Nick here is definitely afraid of snakes, and I got to tell a snake story that I've told before.
Great.
But when Gilbert was still alive, and we had, I think he was still alive. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe it was just after he passed away. But we had the other ranches here, and Nick went with me up to check another ranch for some reason.
Yeah.
And we got out of the truck and walked into the garage, and all of a sudden, Nick's gone, and I hear car doors slamming.
Yep, that's me.
And no warning at all. No, hey, watch out.
Oh no.
So
Oh, no.
I look to my left, there's a rattlesnake coiled up about, I don't know, how far was it?
You were close.
It was like 2 feet
From the inside of the truck where I was looking out, you were really close.
What were you gonna do if he got bit? Were you gonna go back and save him? Or were you
I
gonna
would
call?
I'd just get in the truck. I just
I mean,
drive.
There's
He'd
no,
lasso me with an extension cord and drag me out.
I mean, there was no service in that garage.
No,
drive to the closest neighbor, I guess, because I'm already in the truck. So
I just stood there and looked at it and watched it because I was like, do I move? Do I jump on it?
maybe it doesn't see me.
Maybe it doesn't see me.
And you're not afraid of snakes at all.
No, but still, it kind of freaks you out.
You have a healthy respect.
I have a healthy respect for snakes. I don't like them, and they don't like me.
But you're, I mean,
I'm not afraid of them. I just don't like them.
I mean, I share Nick's fear, like terrified.
I wouldn't own a pet snake.
No.
Absolutely not.
So, I mean, I don't have a problem with snakes, but yeah, that thing, it sat there. It sat there next to me for I don't know how long. I don't even remember how long I stood there. It slithered away.
Yeah, just a little while.
Yeah, it took off, but a little freaky.
I don't know if I got out of the truck the whole time.
I'm not sure you did. All I remember was hearing the truck door slam, and I was like, where the hell's Nick going?
Yeah,
And look over and snake, and it wasn't rattling or anything. So it was just
Still a
sitting there
snake.
hanging out. It was nice and warm in the garage. So that's my Nick snake story. So if you're worried about running into a snake, don't take him with you.
You won't get me.
Jeff Lake says Dan Post socks from Boot Barn are the best, and you've
I've
had.
had Dan Post actually. Yeah, I've
It
tried
seems
them.
like you
They're expensive
wear,
though. They're really expensive.
So boot socks are super expensive. We've tried like every brand. You wear through them super fast for some reason. They last maybe 6 months. And
They are comfortable though. I mean, with the
The Dan
little
Post ones.
Well, I don't know about those ones, but I don't even know what kind I own because I own one pair. I think, so
And they're stuffed in your boots.
not really a city slicker, but not really a cowboy. Kind of in between, I guess. I don't know.
Thank you, JB Weld, for another $10.
Oh my gosh, man! Wow.
Fabulous.
Do you want to?
Mike, fellow veteran as well, go Navy. You ever reach out to the VA, or does being a veteran in Wyoming help you get farm grants? There are veteran farm grants. I have never really had to mess around with them.
Yeah, and that's a federal program. That's not a Wyoming program.
Yeah, that's more federal. And honestly, I mean, we were so lucky to have what we have that I don't think I would ever apply for a VA grant just because if I'm taking it from somebody else who could use it, you know.
And I mean, there's even a program that we could apply for farmers market that you can put like a made by a veteran sticker on it, and like we've even passed upon that. Like I mean, we could do that.
Yeah, it's just I have I'm so blessed and I'm so lucky to have so many different venues in which to try to make myself successful. And there are veterans out there that can use the help a lot more than I need it. So I don't have any problem with passing up that kind of thing so that somebody else can take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Plus, there's a lot of paperwork involved. I'm not a huge fan of paperwork. So boot socks sound like suspender socks. They kind of are. If you were ever in the military, you know what sock garters are. And there was a time in my life where I was like, am I going to have to wear sock garters with boots? They connect your shirt to your socks. You ever seen these?
I've
They're
kind
like
of heard that
giant
one.
rubber bands. They connect your they're
Just
horrible.
wear ankle socks and you'll be just fine. I don't know why it bothers you so much.
Just like snakes. It's just
Yeah.
that's
just
something.
weird.
Yeah.
See, but you leave your boots tucked. You leave your pants tucked
Yeah, but
inside
sometimes
your
I take my
boots.
pants out of my boots.
That drives me crazy when she puts on boots and
Tucks her pants
tucks her
inside.
pants in like she's a sheep herder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that in the garden and stuff. Like it's fine. Otherwise, I just walk on my pants and they get all muddy and ruined and stuff.
Back to the thing at hand of not
There's a
having
thing at hand.
pants that are too long.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Maybe you need longer legs.
maybe.
Maybe that would do it. You got the chicken coop fixed yet? Hey, there's another project for Nick.
Cool.
Thank you for the
yeah,
super
thank you for
chat.
that. Thank you for that. No, not yet. It's pretty frozen out there. The chickens have actually been staying inside, and with the geese.
You
And,
guys have chickens again?
yeah.
Well, we had like
have
11. that have
11.
survived the badger.
Yeah, we had a badger that actually tunneled inside. You know how we have that chicken run?
Yeah, I thought you lost all of them.
No, there's like,
no,
I had like 60.
we had 60,
Oh,
and there was a lot that were taken out.
wow,
by
you had a
lot of
little
badgers.
farm back there.
We did,
Holy smokes.
and yeah, it was a rough couple weeks with
Yeah.
badgers and fox and everything else.
So your egg count is manageable now?
Yeah,
Right
Yeah, I mean,
along?
it's just enough for our family.
Really?
So, no.
yeah. If you need eggs, let us know.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So anyway, yeah, if you have any questions, throw them up here. We're getting ready to wrap things up. We're just coming up on an hour, and we don't want to take any more of your time. It's very, polite of you to hang out with us for this long. I wouldn't expect you to do it any longer. 529 people still hanging out here with us, and some new faces too, which is really cool, and some faces that I have, names, and there are some faces. There's little pictures.
Yeah, little ones.
Some names that I haven't seen for quite a while, like Ben Utzen. I haven't seen Ben for quite a while. So thanks for coming back and hanging out with us for a little bit.
JB Will, thank you again for the super chat.
We called them shirt stains. Yeah. And your legs were hairless from them. Yeah, because they would rub the hair on your legs.
Naturally hairless.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, they were horrible. I hated them. You only had to wear them when you were wearing your dress uniform. Okay, sure. So, yeah, couldn't stand them. Anyway, good to know your wardrobe choice. This is not something that I would wear normally.
I'm glad you didn't have to. I'm glad we found boot socks.
Boot socks was a horrible couple of years of my life, man. I look back on it and I'm just traumatized.
So wearing boots?
I didn't know what to do.
No.
I was like, what do you do? And you can't find, it took me forever to find socks that would stay up. Or you just buy new socks every time you need a pair of socks, I guess, because you wash them once and then they wouldn't stay up. This is really stupid. Okay.
We've digressed to talking about socks.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? I saw a question earlier that I wanted to answer really quick, and I can't remember who it's from, but somebody asked me, when is the best time to start a cattle ranch? When is the best time to start a business? Now. Do it now. If you wait, you're never going to do it. There's always
It
something to
depends on
wait.
what the business is too, because you have to realize that the headache that you're going to gain sometimes is you have to really weigh those options sometimes.
Do you?
So getting into the right kind of business, obviously one that suits you, one that you're good at, one that you can perform at. Obviously, I'm a master electrician, so
You can
getting
have
into
much choice.
yeah, getting into the electrical field is a good choice.
Yeah, you weren't going to become a glass
Yeah, I
blower.
don't need to be a baker. That's just not what I do. So,
Do you regret starting your own business?
You might have customers watching that are like,
Well, I mean, because it's not like I
not-
think it's easy to be an employee and be like, I could do this better, and if I own my own company, this would be so much easier.
not
Like,
really, because it's a challenge. So, and I like that challenge part of it, because it's just managing different headaches every day. It's pretty much kind of what it boils down to sometimes. But
Yeah, I mean, it's not as easy as sometimes it looks. from the
absolutely
outside.
not, absolutely not. But it's the same thing like Mike says, if you're young, do it now, get it done. If you
Have a financial plan. Like,
absolutely,
for sure.
That
have a
makes
financial
sense.
plan.
Yeah.
And however much money you think you need, like triple it for real. Like this attic remodel, like what we thought, triple. Because it was all that 10 feet that you moved
that
the
extra
wall.
10 feet, yeah. That we're sitting in right now. Otherwise, we would have been smushed over there. See?
and growing patiently, having some patience, not to just go out and buy everything you think you need.
Get 17 guys all at once. So.
Yeah, you don't need that. And maybe you do. Might just depend on your business.
Exactly. So anyway,
Do you need some bifocals? Or
I need something. This screen is like all fuzzy.
It's all the drywall still in your
It
I'm,
might still
I'm
be.
surprised you can read it from there because
Can you read it?
no.
No.
It's just
On the
words.
wish list is a TV. On Nick and I were talking about this yesterday. We're going to get the TV from high
From the
school.
school district.
Yeah, that has it's on the rollers and comes in and it's all strapped down. It has the VCR with it so that we can put the comments up on the TV so we can actually see it. But maybe someday.
It's on the wish list.
It is.
Steph
There's
had a
actually-
good point of a 60-inch TV on the back, so we can really see it.
Yeah, no doubt. You're like, wow, the people when you yell at us in capital letters, it'd be like that big.
It's kind of not really in the business plan yet, probably. I think though.
There's
What
a
is-
wish list.
Anyway, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you, Nick, for coming.
Yes, thank you. We would not be here if you would not help us. And also, thank you to all of you guys as subscribers. Every time you watch an ad, click on an ad, all of you guys that support us on Patreon, we would not be in this room and have this space without you guys. So
Right.
thank you. This is going to make our lives a lot easier. It's going to help us devote more time. Maybe not so much devote more time, but have a space where we can work and be focused and not in our house and in our bedroom where we've been for 2 years.
We have been literally for the last 2 years, every Saturday night I've been editing videos until 4 a.m. and Aaron is like,
I honestly
can you buy a quieter keyboard that doesn't click when you push the button?
honestly the first like couple of months or so, like you kept me up. Now I sleep right through it.
I was thinking the other day, I have not went to bed before 3 a.m. on a Saturday in 2 years.
Wow,
Isn't that crazy?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Once in a while you're done by like
One.
midnight. One.
Well, every
Yeah.
once in a
Once in
kinda
a great,
depends.
great while. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. And we do appreciate it. You guys bought us this office space, and we really do appreciate everything you guys do for us. From watching the videos, even if you just watch the videos, man, that's all that matters. If you watch the ads, that's great too. If you're hitting our website, if you're ordering whatever, perfect. It all helps, and we do appreciate every single one of you guys. So, with that said, we have a new video coming out on Sunday that you'll want to check out Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. That video is going to be pretty much. It's going to be kind of tying into the weather. We're going to be talking about water and heaters, and I might actually pick Nick's brain. We're going to find out how much a heater costs to run. We're going to take a look at water temperatures and see how much they actually have to change that temperature, and based on the size of the tank and that kind of thing. So we're going to take a look at some of that good stuff. And then Erin's going to be back next week with something from the garden. So be sure to tune in for that.
It might all be dead out in the high tunnel. I have not been out to check since the below zero temperatures.
It
So
It might
we
be.
will discover together on Thursday.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out. Thanks again, Nick. I do
Yep.
appreciate it.
No problem.
I owe you big.
Well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. And until we see you again, we'll. I totally screwed that up.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about there for a second. Yeah. How's it go?
Thanks for joining us on our Wyoming Life.
Thank you, Erin.
You got to do it. It's your